Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So today we are looking at Zetachain or the Zeta Coin. The last time I covered it, I think it was somewhere around here. So it was on, I think, in April. So it did actually pump, but I thought it would stop around 1.6, but it did end up pumping till 1.9. That was a pretty good pump, but it did use the support zone, which I did say that could be the possible resistance zone or event support zone, and it did try to hold this level, but unfortunately it did not. And as of now, it actually has gone down to hill. As you can see, I'm really surprised that it has gone this much down. I think this is most likely due to BTC, but still this is a big jump. So anyways, let's just cover the news first, and then we'll look at some unlocks coming up, and after that we'll come back to the price action. So the first biggest thing they actually did as of now is this one. So they actually launched something called, they introduced Zetachain 2.0, which is the first universal EVM. So let's look at their blog and see what is that. So this is a big one, as you can see. So I could not actually read all of it, so I just used ChatGPT to summarize important things. So first of all, Zetachain 2.0 introduces the first universal EVM for chain abstraction, featuring upgrades proposed by the Zeta community. These upgrades focuses on the first one is chain abstraction framework. We also have to enable universal proof of stake, which is pretty interesting, I think. And the apps will be universal apps, which is going to be pretty interesting because they can automate complex cross-chain interactions. So that is going to be pretty important. So the first key feature we have is the universal EVM staking, which includes universal apps. We have chain abstraction framework, provides omni-chain connectivity and state management in the EVM environment. And we also have universal proof of stake. So that I think is a new thing going on here. So that's going to be interesting. So this if you just look here, the GPT says that BTC supports staking. So that is basically mistake from GPT, so be careful always using the GPT. Anyways, let's move to ahead. So they did give Zetachain 1.0 intro, which means it's live since Feb 1st. As you can see, it's connecting Bitcoin, Ethereum and BNB. It enables deployment of omni-chain smart contracts using ZRC 20 primitive. We also have significant activity. So these are just states. So as you can see here, so we have Zetachain 2.0. It proposes something cross-chain messaging. We have omni-chain accounts, Bitcoin compatibility, and as of now these are the things that they do. So basically the aim of Zetachain 2.0 is to achieve universal chain abstraction, making crypto accessible and user-friendly regardless of the starting or preferred blockchain. So let's see how it turns out to be. Anyways, so this is what they intend to do. So they are trying to become, and they are trying to develop universal chains, and I think that is their motto. So dApps will become universal in the future through Zeta, and I think that is going to be pretty interesting, and that could be one of the reasons why Zeta may get a lot of attraction in the future. But as of now, its price does not seems to indicate that. Anyways, let's move to the next updates. So let's look at the latest updates from the Zeta. So I really like the Zeta team because they do post regular monthly updates. As you can see, we do have the monthly update for the past month, and that is going to be interesting. So the first thing is that they actually completed the first step towards Zetachain 2.0, which I just discussed in the previous section. So let's move ahead. So after that we have ecosystem expansion, and I think that is going to be pretty interesting one because they have actually made a lot of partnerships across SocialFi, GameFi, DeFi and analytics, which is pretty interesting. So the first one is that Plugman composable multi-chain NFTs went live. So Plugman, the composable multi-chain NFT collection, came out of stealth mode in May. As you can see, the Japanese based artist team aims to explore. So basically this was, I think, the one of the first multi-chain NFT collection, and it went live. So that's pretty interesting. After that we do have a SocialFi network app coming into the Zeta. So SugarFi, as you can see, a multi-chain social networking. So if you know friends.tech, that actually got a lot of attraction, and We also have now a SocialFi app on Zeta. That's pretty interesting. So as of now, the new multi-chain first, it is the first one. So the first social networking app launched into Zetachain XP program in May and already attracted more than 30,000 users. That's a lot. As you can see, the progressive web apps lets anyone create content, monetize and socialize with the broader community across any chain with the so that's pretty interesting, and I think that is a pretty good addition to the Zeta ecosystem. After that, we also have access universal directly from the Unistate wallet on the Bitcoin. So the integrated, I think, Unistate wallet, this wallet is for the Bitcoin NFTs, and I think that's pretty good integration. So beside that, they also have StakeUp, their multi-month omni-chain educational course. So it went live pretty good. So Motodex Web3 racing game went live as well, pretty good, I think. They also have DeFi way payment solution and cross-chain bridge solution, pretty good. They also had Code Exchange, the no-code AI builder solution went live on Zeta. They also have Hyperlane, I think, interoperability protocol. Hyperlane adds support for the Zetachain, that's pretty good. Merkly with the Hyperlane to Zetachain. So I think that is a bridging app like Merkly can enable assets transfer from Zetachain to many other chains such as Optimism, Base, Scroll, Mode and more. That's pretty good, I think. There is also a Runes bridge, which is pretty good. The first Runes bridge from Ethereum to Zeta is now live. I think channelizes real-time multi-chain data intelligence comes to the Zeta chain with a pretty good, I think, corridor finance as well Let's Exchange. So with the Let's Exchange hub on the Zeta chain, users can effortlessly do on/off ramp into the crypto and move across blockchain. That's pretty good. So we also discussed Plugman and Sugar. So that is a lot of, I think, additions in just 1 month. So I think overall the Zetachain ecosystem is growing, and I think that's good in the long run. So beside for their products, we have actually Zetadox saw a pretty big revamp, and I think it became something like this. So Zeta Hub also saw a lot of new additions for their wallet, and their XP program is doing pretty good. XP is under active development with the new activities launching every 2 weeks. That's pretty good, I think. And as for Zetachain global events, we have Consensus 2024. So I think this is pretty good as well. So I think this was pretty good as well. So beside that, they also had Bitcoin cruise nights. So they came back to Hong Kong again in May, and after the Web3 festival to host very special Bitcoin cruise night at Zetachain. They are focused on enabling the first smart contract. So basically, I think, so hear me out. So they are spending this much, and I think that is coming from the Zetachain or their treasury. The expenses, they have to come from somewhere, and I think they may have sold some Zeta to actually cover these expenses. I'm not sure. That is just my guess, but still we do have some potential sellers. I think the Zeta itself sold some of that, so it could be it. Besides that, we don't have anything. It's still pretty good additions to their the ecosystem, and their ecosystem is growing. So let's look at the DeFi of the Zeta, and if you look here, it has not been growing at all. So their DeFi has been static most of the time. Still, it's not going down either. That's pretty good, but we have not seen a big gain. So as you can see here, it has been in the downtrend since May, and it is still going down. That's not good. If we were to see a big growth in their DeFi, I would have said that Zeta could end up doing well, but as of now, it's not doing that good. So I think that is going to be the problem for the Zeta itself. As you can see here, there is no demand for the Zeta as of now, and that is the most likely reason why it has gone down this much. So let's move to the next section, and that is a pretty interesting section. So this section is a very important section because we have a vesting schedule coming up, and we are going to see tokens unlocks in August. And as you can see here, and in just 2 months, I think we will see a pretty good Zeta coming into the market. As of now, the circulating supply is somewhere around, I think, as you can see here, 275 that's pretty good, and million, that's in million. And we are going to see in August it will actually increase up to 338 as you can see here. And I think that means we have more sell pressure coming into the market. So if you just look here, uh, as of now we don't have core contributors getting any token, neither the investors. So the investors will get around 18 million, which is and its worth will be around 23 million if we look at the today's price, and the contributors will be getting around 26 million. So if we just go to the investors, as you can see here, Zeta actually raised around 27 million as you can see, and there are 12 investors. So who are these? So we have VY Capital, Vista Lab, Sky9 Capital, we have Linfeng Capital, we have I think Kudasai Capital, we have Crust, we have Jane Street Capital, Human Capital, and GSR Foundation. So I think these investors are in the early stage venture. So I think we are going to see a sell pressure from the August, as you can see, and they will get monthly token. As you can see here, they will actually by 2025, or in the first month of 2025, they will have, I think they will have received around 112 million tokens of the Zeta, and I think that is a lot of sell pressure. So if you are a holder of Zeta, you have to be extremely careful, and if you actually believe in the Zeta, I think the best strategy would be to do the DCA rather than buying at once. That is, I think, the best play with the Zeta as of now. And if we don't see any updates beside if we do see any updates, any big one, I think the Zeta will most likely probably end up pumping. But if we don't see any update, I think this sell pressure is going to increase and will most likely, I think the Zeta price will most likely go down even more. So let's just see the last section, which is the price section, and see what's happening there. So looking at the price action and price analysis of the Zeta, as you can see here, I think this it actually broke the support, and that is the most likely reason why it's going down. And I think we do have a pretty good support around 90 cent, and if we do end up hitting that, I think that is the most likely bounce point if it does actually go up from there. But if it does not go up from there, I think we are actually heading towards 65 or even below than that. There is no other way. But still the team is actually working, and I think the universal DApps are going to help, and overall I think the ecosystem has seen a pretty good growth. Of course the DeFi is not doing that good, but still I think the Zeta itself is growing, and I think what we just need to break out from this downtrend, which has been actually consistent since its all-time high. So if we do end up breaking this downtrend, as you can see here, it's pretty strong. So if we somehow do end up breaking this downtrend, I think we could actually head higher. But as of now, if just a second, let's see what's happening in the 4-hour chart and see if we have any good thing going on. So we did not hold this support. That was a pretty good support zone, but rather we actually hit this. I think we came somewhere around here. So if somehow the Zeta recovers from here, so let's just say that Zeta actually hold this level around $1.2 and it continues to go up. So I think we have a pretty, again we have a resistance somewhere around, I think this resistance could actually play out. So we do have a resistance around 1.378. If it does somehow recover from here, I think it actually needs to break from this resistance, and it could actually end up trading somewhere around 1.5 if it does recover. So that is a pretty good entry point, which that is a pretty good sell point which I'm looking at. So if it does come here and it breaks out from here, and if it does ends up breaking out from here, I think we are going higher. But you have to be extremely careful, because this is for the short term. In the long run, I don't think that Zeta has that much demand as of now. So even if you just look at its market cap, it hit the max around 643 million, as you can see here, and we are actually down to the half. So somehow we do have a support around 256, and Still, I think as of now the Zeta is lacking in the demand zone, so if somehow we see a demand for the Zeta, it could end up pumping, but I don't think that there is that much demand for the Zeta as of now, at least as of now, because once the ecosystem does ends up growing, I think that is when the Zeta will shine. But as of now, I don't think there is any demand for the Zeta, but still I think it does it could actually be trading above 500 million in the future if the BTC does ends up recovering. But as of now, the BTC did went down, so I think that is another reason why the Zeta has actually went down even more. So of course BTCs are at 68k, and I think it fell from 71k, so still that is a big down. As you can see here, even the Ethereum and whole market is down. So I think if the BTC does go above, let's just say that it hits new all-time high and goes above 80k, I think the Zeta could actually and will most likely break out from here, and I think we may even see 1.7 or even $2 in the future. So anyways, this was it. I hope you like the update. I will be back with more. Thanks for watching.